just bodies and the screams. I mean, you can't think about, unhear that. It was chaos and very, very scary.
And for those who may have played a role in this horrific act of cowardice, we will find you.
In an instant, sounds of celebration for the new year turns into terrified screams, the roar of a truck engine and gunfire. Within minutes, at least 15 people killed, dozens of others injured. Live look right now on Bourbon Street in New Orleans. Investigators still combing through a really gory scene, a heavy presence there in the French Quarter as this investigation into, once again, this incident of an act of terrorism continues. Ivan Rodriguez in New Orleans tonight, where the fast evolving facts in this case continue to unfold. And we want to warn you, certain video and details are graphic and disturbing.
An earth cam in the French Quarter captured the moment overnight when officers raced toward an unspeakable act of violence. Investigators say a rented Ford pickup plowed through revelers, leaving several people dead or injured on Canal and Bourbon Streets.
The disfigurement and the bodies strewn, something you can't unsee, you'll never forget.
The FBI says the attack appears to be an intentional act of terror.
After hitting the crowd, he exited the vehicle and fired upon local law enforcement. Law enforcement returned fire and the subject was pronounced deceased at the scene.
The FBI confirms that the deceased suspect had an ISIS flag at the time of the attack.
The subject has been identified as 42-year-old Samsud Dim Jabbar, a U.S.-born citizen from Texas.
The FBI confirmed that improvised explosive devices were also found at the scene. Questions swirl around how he accessed busy streets on New Year's Eve in the first place.
These metal bollards literally come up from the ground to prevent a vehicle from gaining enough speed to cause the kind of mass damage that we saw this morning.
Those barricades were not up, period.
We are committed, no doubt, to uncovering all details surrounding this tragedy.
In New Orleans, I'm Ivan Rodriguez.
And once again, within the last 20 minutes or so, the number of dead has increased from 10 to 15. Now, this incident happened just hours before the Sugar Bowl was scheduled to kick off at the Superdome. The quarterfinal college football game between Notre Dame and Georgia now postponed until tomorrow at 4 p.m. From Louisiana.